Today, we're speaking with a nonprofit that's very relevant to today's headlines and conversations around social justice. True Colors United is here with us today with Executive Director and co-founder Gregory Lewis. How are you, Gregory?
I'm good. How are you?
Great. Thank you for taking a little time today. We definitely wanted to share with our viewers a little bit about True Colors United, the history, as well as some of the current issues that are going on and how True Colors United will be part of the conversations as we go forward. So first, could you give us a little bit about history about True Colors United and how you came to co-found True Colors with Cyndi Lauper?
Terrific. Well, first of all, thank you for having me, and thanks for having such a wonderful app for an opportunity for people to be able to support the charities that they believe in the most. It's because of donations from people across the world, really, and here in the United States, that True Colors United is able to do its work. So it's really important to have companies like CoinUp really get behind us. So thank you for this opportunity. Really, True Colors United started on a tour bus in 2008. Cyndi and her manager, Lisa Barbarese, who's our other co-founder, started a tour called the True Colors Tour that raised money for LGBTQ causes across America, particularly focusing in on raising awareness around hate crimes and the power to vote. And over those 2 summers, we were able to raise $250,000 for various LGBTQ causes and charities. And literally every night, Cyndi would get out on stage and talk for 5 minutes about equality and the importance of creating an inclusive society. And we just got to talking on the tour bus at night after shows, after going to 26 different cities, about, well, if we can have some sort of an impact through music over a summer, what could we do year round? And particularly there was an issue that mattered a great deal to the 3 of us, Cyndi and Lisa being mothers themselves and me being a gay man, really seeing that there was a significant void in addressing an issue that was hidden for far too long, which is LGBTQ youth homelessness. In America, you have 4.2 million young people experiencing homelessness each year. And that looks like everything from what people typically might think, which is living on the streets, which is actually not the majority of what young people experiencing homelessness go through. It's couch surfing, it's doubling up, it's living in unsafe buildings and spaces. It's really a prolific epidemic in this country and around the globe that needs to be paid attention to. And so, but of that 4.2 million youth who experience homelessness each year, up to 40% of them identify as lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, or questioning. And that is due to a great many number of reasons, most notably family conflict, family rejection due to a young person's sexual orientation and gender identity. But it's also due to racism. It's also due to poverty. It's also due to involvement in our child welfare system and our juvenile justice system. It's due to lack of quality education and community supports. And back to the one of the main reasons being racism and kind of the systemic oppression that people of color, BIPOC people face in this country. In addition to LGBTQ youth being 120% more likely to experience homelessness, Black youth are 86% more likely to experience homelessness, and Latinx youth are 33% more likely to experience homelessness. And so if you're an LGBTQ youth and you're also a person of color, youth of color, the risk of you becoming homeless in this country is even greater. And we need to acknowledge that as well.
That's right. In in bringing Cyndi Lauper into the conversation and other entertainers, celebrities, and athletes, how does True Colors really use those stages, those influencers to help get the message across about building awareness, tolerance, and acceptance for LGBTQ?
So I think the power of celebrity and having a notable person behind a cause is an important vehicle to bring attention to an issue. And so really the power of celebrity is to shine a spotlight, to shine a light on the work, on the issue, and what needs to happen. And that is something that True Colors United has been able to benefit greatly from, not only from Cyndi's involvement, but we've had, hundreds of celebrities and notable people over our 12-year history really get behind the organization. Everybody from Pink to Elton John to Salt and Peppa, 50 Cent. We've had so many people that have stepped up to really get behind this cause, because they believe that no young person should experience homelessness in this country, but also that they shouldn't experience it because of their sexual orientation or gender identity. And one thing I would say is that, celebrity can definitely bring attention, but what's important is that what attention is being brought to is that there's real ways for people to get involved and take part themselves, whether that in the instance of Coin Up, making a donation, or on an issue like youth homelessness, writing a letter and contacting your representatives in Congress to let them know that you support increased funding and protections for youth experiencing homelessness who are LGBTQ. It's to, making sure that you have opportunities in your community to support the programs, whether they're shelter, housing programs, drop-in centers, that you can either volunteer at or make donations to as well. So celebrity is an extraordinary tool to be able to get people's attention on an issue that, particularly like youth homelessness, is just not paid attention to as much as it needs to.